We tried every specialty restaurant on the Sun Princess.
And we'll rank them for you in this video on this edition of Unhurried Adventurers.
Roll it.
No rush, no race, no need to fight. Unhurried adventurers, come on with us.
We recently returned from a 2-week transatlantic cruise on the Sun Princess from Fort Lauderdale to Barcelona. And we're going to tell you about all the 10 specialty restaurants that we tried there, sometimes more than once.
And I will say this, we're going to rank the 10 restaurants, but I think we would agree that we enjoyed all 10 restaurants. Mm-hmm. And so when it really became hard to rank them, but what we did is individually we ranked them on a score of 1 to 10 on food, service, and atmosphere. And then we took our scores and combined them and came up with overall scores. And I was a little surprised at the results that came out. And so without further ado, we'll show you our ranking of the 10 restaurants on the Sun Princess.
Place was Umi Hot Pop. It was ranked a little bit lower because we had to cook our own food, even though they gave us a great selection of food and 2 broths.
Service, we only rank low because we had to cook our own food.
And the atmosphere was lower because it was in the same restaurant with the teppanyaki and very loud.
So overall, a ranking of 21 out of 30 possible points. In 9th place is Omellies Irish Pub. The food was a 7 out of 10. I think I ranked it a little bit higher than Tessa.
And the service was a little slow at lunchtime, but the drinks came fast.
Great atmosphere though. Always a lot of live music playing. We played some games in there.
And so the total was 21.75 out of 30. In 8th place is Makoto Ocean. It was a traditional sushi, which is not my favorite, so that's why it's lower for me.
The service was good, nothing special, but good.
And the atmosphere was a little lower because it was quite noisy next to the piazza, even though they did install a half wall to help with that.
So the overall score for Makoto Ocean was a 22 out of 30 points. At 7th place is Butcher's Block by Dario. The food was a 6 out of 10. But keep in mind that Tess is not a red meat eater, and especially if she eats it, she doesn't like it rare. And there was both.
But the service really made up for that because they took around all of the different selections of the cuts, showed them to us. We had a bottle of wine at our table to enjoy.
So really a great atmosphere because of that. They came around clapping. They came around with like a parade of meat. It was really a cool night.
And we even had our own special dining area that was private. So we give that a total score of 22.5 out of 30. At number 6 is Alfredo's Pizzeria. It's a casual dining option just along with the pub, the only other one. The food was excellent. You had customizable pizzas, soups, salads, and excellent dessert options as well.
The service was strong, just like all of our restaurants in this video.
And the atmosphere was nice because you could sit next to the water, but a little loud because it was open to the piazza again.
So an overall score of 22.75 out of 30. Number 5 is Umi Tanyaki that shares the same space as the Hot Pot restaurant. The food here was absolutely marvelous, so we gave it a 9 out of 10.
And the service was a 7 out of 10. They were out of one of my drinks, but they were there to attend to our every need.
Atmosphere, we gave a 7 out of 10. You do have to be prepared. It's going to be loud in there.
And so that gives us a grand total of 23 out of 30. Coming in at number 4, Sabatinis Italian. The food was a 7.5 out of 10. Delicious, authentic, and homemade pasta in-house. Very Italiano.
The service was one of the better restaurants in the ship. 8 out of 10 for that.
And as far as the atmosphere, it also received an 8 out of 10. Very nice ambiance. For a total of
23.5 out of 30. Coming in at number 3 was the Catch by Rudy, the seafood restaurant on the ship. We gave the food an 8 out of 10 on this. I highly recommend the steak and lobster.
And I had the branzino, which was a delicious fish there. The service was also an 8 out of 10. They were attentive to all of our needs and always with a smile on their faces.
In terms of atmosphere, we were surprised how nice it was given the fact that it's just off the piazza. We gave it an 8 out of 10.
And that gives us a grand total of 24 out of 30. Coming in at number 2, Love by Brito. The food was rated an 8 out of 10. It had a variety of love-themed food items that were all delicious.
The service we gave 8.5 out of 10. One of the best service ratings in the whole ship.
And the atmosphere was a 9 out of 10. Love, romance exuded by all the art and all the food too.
I gave it a total score of 25.5 out of 30. And now for the big reveal of our number 1 restaurant on the ship. The restaurant that wins the Crown Grill, Princess's Signature Steakhouse. We gave the food a 9 out of 10. I loved everything I got, including the desserts. They were really impeccable.
And the service also received a 9 out of 10. They attended to every need and were always there if we needed anything.
The atmosphere, we gave an 8 out of 10, a good strong showing.
And that brings our total to a 26 out of 30 for the number 1 restaurant.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified of future episodes.
Where is Bob? I hope you look thorough. Like and comment if you spotted Bob the Burrow. Ho!
What was that? Stop.
Wait. Yeah, okay.
We tried every specialty restaurant on the Sun Princess.
I just noticed my hair was doing something.